and a very warm welcome to you all, wherever you may be, to today's edition of Unlocked SK, the original interactive talk show, broadcasting to you live from our micro streaming studio here on the beautiful island of Corfu in sunny Greece. And as well as being broadcasting on Facebook Live, we're also on the studio website, which is www.StudioKerkyra.com, or the video platform that is Vimeo.com, or else good old YouTube, and now Twitter and Twitter's Periscope, all of which should be in superb quality, almost HD standard. And as always, I'm very lucky and fortunate enough to have on board the help of our wonderful producer Claire Haas, who will be answering all your comments on Facebook Live Messenger and taking those elusive calls on Skype. And of course, no broadcast would be quite right without the one and only Thomas Haas. Hello, Thomas. How are you today?
Hello, Adrian. Hello, everybody. Hello, and thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in again. Here we go again, live, 6 p.m. How quick the time goes. Well, just, it's so quick. The time is just flying here, and especially when you work on a beautiful island like Corfu. It's a pleasure. It's great. But thank you for logging in. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you already for messaging. So if you need to know anything about this beautiful holiday island, don't hesitate. Write in now live as we on air here with your comment, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com. But today's view is coming, and let's have a look. Here it is. And
lovely.
That's from the beautiful village of Neohoraki here in the south, and in the distance you can see just straight ahead near to the sea, that's Petriti, and just to the left is in the distance, that's Notos, and that's where our HQ is. But what a view, come on.
Absolutely splendid. And of course, in between the far-off mountains that you see, which is the Greek mainland, and the foreground is the beautiful, wonderful Ionian Sea.
Yes, it is. And thanks for tuning in, guys. It's great. I can show you here. Oh my, it's great. Tom Giddings is saying, hi, everybody. Hope you're all safe. Yes, we are. Richard Zebedee is writing in, hi, Thomas, Claire, and Adrian. Hope you are okay. Yes, we fine. Leon Jagger is saying, hi there, guys. Hi, Leon. Thanks for watching. Nikos is watching. Lou Rose and Annabelle. Jane Petit is watching. That's great. Richard Zebedee. It's sunny in Bournemouth today and getting hotter.
Well,
so is it here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it's about 24, isn't it, Thomas? No doubt you're going to tell us
It's about
in a
24.
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh now because I have not. I don't have the weather graphic ready.
Oh,
That's the only
okay.
one thing I did not manage today. I cannot believe
Well,
it.
my last look just before broadcast, it was a lovely 24. Yes, Kalispera to all our wonderful viewers and followers that are following us today. And also, thank you, Richard, for publishing a poem, which hopefully we're going to read out of yours on Friday, coming up.
Yeah, and Stephen Raymond is saying, Kalispera Sas from England, Yasu, a big Yasu, back to you. It's great, guys. Thank you so much for your comments, for writing in. It's great. It's Jackie Cherry. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you. Richard is saying, yes, football is starting today.
It is indeed, yes, the return of the English Premier League after, I do believe, a break of over 100 days, would you believe? Unfortunately, all the matches are going to be closed behind doors, and there are 92 league games still left, over 40 days of playing. The season's due to end on the 26th of July. Also, did you know, Thomas, that for the first 12 matches, they're not going to be sporting anybody's names on the back of the football shirts, that instead they're going to be Black Lives Matter. That's just for 12 matches, yes.
Yeah, but there was a great comment from Johnson again regarding Radcliffe, isn't it? The footballer who was raising.
Turned his mind.
What's going on there?
Excuse me. Well, that's for free school vouchers that Boris Johnson was going to stop a few months ago, but he's had to rethink that, and they are still very much in existence. One of the arguments that the government put forward to stopping them was that once you have these things going, it's very hard to stop. Well, maybe they shouldn't be stopped at all, because obviously there's a tremendous amount of people in the UK that are really suffering through lockdown and COVID-19 economically, and they just can't afford. I mean, the use of food banks has shot up through the roof, hasn't it? Including care workers are having to use them, which is really quite extraordinary. So it's a great victory, if you like, for the Manchester United footballer. Well done, him.
Well done, yeah. Absolutely. But the U-turn, but the last thing he said he doesn't know about. He doesn't know about the gentleman gentleman. That what the last Boris Johnson
that is
said.
right.
I mean, come on.
He's saying he didn't see the
I didn't
television
very aware of
before.
that,
That begs the question, where were you, Prime Minister?
What did you do? You're not in touch with your country, you know? That's bad. I think that's bad.
It seems a bit odd that it missed him by. It certainly didn't miss us by. Or indeed one of our beautiful, wonderful viewers, Lavinia. I know she was banging on about it on Facebook the other day, and she was very happy to hear the government's U-turn. It is quite a moment when you hear the UK government issuing a sudden U-turn. It's quite rare, you know, so perhaps we should treasure that.
Perhaps here is our HQ. If you wonder where we are, here we are, and we in the middle. In the middle of a tree nearly. But no, it's a fantastic parking space. We are so lucky, and we are positioned. And let me take this opportunity quickly. Paul Q is saying hi, Paul. Thanks for watching. Nikos Louvros and Annabelle. Hello, Claire, Thomas, and Adrian.
Hello.
And there's going on Simon Perry. Hi, Simon. He's saying Kalispera, my friends. Update from Chat 2 holidays.
Oh, good one.
It looks like the 15th of July is a go, as this is the date has now been in place for 3 weeks. So it has not changed. So they think, he thinks that's the go. So the 15th of July. Much love from Manchester. Hope all is well in Kerkyra. Yes, it's great. It's fantastic. Thank you. But that's a good one. This is 15th of July. Looks like a go. Because there's nothing for 3 weeks. Everything is quiet. So now nothing changed. And maybe that's really the date. But when you look at the dates in Spain, it began already, didn't it?
Yes, you've shown me some unbelievable photographs just a bit before we came on air, Thomas.
Yeah, I know, and that's let me call that up. Why it just fits now perfectly. Here they are. This is that's the one. Here we go, and that's from this weekend in Spain, and that's better said from Barcelona.
Right, good heavens!
So first weekend open, the lockdown easy. It is chock-full.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here on the other ones, that's Benidorm, and Benidorm is getting ready with all the new guidelines and restrictions in place, and they look like they're taking it proper seriously.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You can always tell it's Benidorm by those tower blocks, reminiscent of that fabulous ITV comedy series called Benidorm, which is a great programme, by the way.
But that's what it is. So that's in Spain at the moment, and I can't believe how full that beach is.
No, those first photographs were quite horrific, really, weren't they? Similar to some scenes that we have seen in the United Kingdom. Remember the one near Lyme Regis in Dorset, and in the United States of America as well, a few weeks back. Yeah. I don't know, people seem to be throwing caution to the wind, it would appear to me.
It looks like it, and that's it's quite sad. I think that's, okay.
Yes, it is.
It's not hard to judge what you should say, what you should do. I don't know. To be honest, it's when you see that all the effort we made now with lockdown, all the sacrifices what were made, especially from the frontline workers, and it all seems just to go up in smoke doing that. I mean, I hope we are completely wrong, and and it's gone, and we're not gone, but we got it under control. We really slowed it down so much that we can control it now, and hopefully a vaccine is coming out within weeks or months now to save that. But you know what? That's just all wishful thinking at the end of the day.
So again, I keep reading over and over again about vaccines. We have a further longer wait for one of those. In the meantime, though, there does seem to be some interesting treatments. The talk in the last 24 hours, especially coming out of the United Kingdom, has been a very cheap medicine. £5 will get you a course, that works out at 50p a day, for a steroid treatment that is known as dexamethasone. And that's been available for quite some time. They're very excited because apparently by applying this treatment, which is steroids, to people who are in intensive care or having breathing difficulties, it's apparently reduced the death rate by a staggering 33% for patients that have been on ventilators, and those that have been requiring oxygen reduced the death rate by 20%. They say that it stops some of the damage that goes on to occur when the body's immune system goes into overdrive as it tries to fight the COVID-19. That overreaction is known as a cytokine storm and, of course, can be fatal. The drug itself, dexamethasone, is also used against, would you believe, asthma and arthritis and some skin conditions. Carlo Rizzo, our wonderful viewer and follower and contributor, put on some information that I read the other day, yesterday I think it was, And he's saying that, or this information is saying that UK researchers believe that if it had been administered at the beginning of the pandemic in the United Kingdom, over 5,000 lives could have been saved, would you believe? The good news also is, you'll be very pleased to know, the UK government has a staggering, although when you think about it, it's not that many, 200,000 courses of this particular steroid available in the supply chain. And as I said before, they cost about £5, or works out 50 pence a day, would you believe?
Ooh.
And interestingly, the UK government have slapped an export ban on it. Which made me smile.
Okay, so here we go again, yeah.
So, but hey, that could be great life-saving treatment for those who are really suffering breathing difficulties inside intensive care units. It's not a vaccine, but it could be a very handy treatment and cut down on the overall numbers of deaths, which of course would be a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that would be fantastic if that could happen. I mean, they say it's already a third down, so that's brilliant.
It
you
is
know,
indeed
it
brilliant.
is a beginning. And I hope from that one they can come to some conclusion and get some vaccine together.
Absolutely. And just on another treatment that we mentioned here live on the programme, or actually Lockdown SK, when we were fortunate enough to talk live to the author and broadcaster Alex Preston, one of the three who are behind the Corfu Literary Festival, which we keep mentioning quite a lot, and very pleased to do so while I think of it. Alex Preston was saying that he donated his blood plasma, as did, I think, 6,000 other people in the United Kingdom. This is a few months ago now. The latest I heard on that, Thomas, was they're still working on it. So there is as yet no breakthrough on the blood plasma. We also know of a treatment in Israel going on, and in Italy as well. But as you just said, Thomas, there is no sign of an early vaccine anytime just yet.
No, not at all, and that's a little bit sad with all the promises what were made, you know, a couple of months ago. It's not even that much, 4 or 5 weeks ago. We still broadcasted lockdown, and there was so much hope, and we can see a response very, very quick, and a success rate very, very quick, and that all gone a little bit quiet now. We hope this is all is waking up again, and they just in the background not getting disturbed and working very, very hard to solve that all. But let me say hello to more people here. Christopher Tabana is writing in, and that's a quick heads up for everybody here on Corfu. And that's the Kato. This is the MOD station in Corfu for you and me. So MOD. The officers say the police are having a purge on old cars and bikes without a valid MOD. And go if you have a problem, and that's so easy here through the new MOD station up there, the Kato station. It's brilliant. I done it with the Suzuki, went in there. I was done in 10 minutes, and this was great. You get your appointment, and they very, very quick. It's in town, and it's fun. Fantastic, to be honest. But thanks for that update. Tom Giddings is saying, oh, what an amazing view, and Richard 70, beautiful view. Yeah, and that's the village of Neohoraki, just above the village, and straight down you can see opposite the mountains, that's Greek mainland. On the left of your screen, just left of the bell tower, that's Petriti, and right, that's the way to Notos, and this where we are. And it's great. What a privilege to drive a road like that every day, man.
Absolutely, it's beautiful. That row of cypress firs that you can see, probably about 4 or 5 of them, slightly to the right of the centre of the picture, that's actually where we are, our HQ.
Yes, exactly. So clicked around here. Sorry. Yeah, and that's our HQ. And this is brilliant. We are really, really privileged and happy. And we try to bring the best now of what's happening in the unlock phase of Greece, and the tourism should come here. I'm getting in, Nikos Louvos is writing in and saying nothing is 100%, everything changes by the day. Yeah, and he's totally right. Yesterday the Serbian people were not allowed to enter the country, and I spoke with you earlier. I saw on Greek television yesterday they blocked off the borders, and you could see kilometers of cars trying to come in, but in between them there's also Greeks in there, and other countries, and Bulgarians in that, and they all woke up, they all wanna come in, and now you have this influx of tourists coming. Okay, yesterday they blocked them, but for how long do they block them? They gonna test them probably, and then let them in. So I don't know how that's gonna work, to be honest.
No, Thomas, no.
I
heard from a member of EasyJet staff that flights aren't due to start, if they do, from London Gatwick to Corfu. He says on the 31st of July, And also, I think it's the 16th of July that flights are scheduled to begin from London Gatwick to Athens International Airport. Whether that holds, I don't know, but that's the latest indication.
That's the latest news what we can,
EasyJet. Member
and
staff.
Qantas brings me quite over to Qantas Airlines. So Qantas cancelled all international flights other than those to New Zealand until the end of October.
Blimey.
So that's another one to say, wow,
that's
okay,
quite
what's
a statement, isn't it?
That's a big statement, man.
Yes,
that's definitely a big statement.
Absolutely.
Until end of October. Let's see. Flights started now through the Schengen countries, but you got more onto that. But before that, I just want to say hello to Steve Bowers. He says hi from a cloudy Manchester. And
sorry to that, Steve.
Boris had a small car crash outside Parliament
today.
Really? I don't know. I haven't
Thank
heard
you for
anything.
telling us that one, Steve. We had no idea of that. Good heavens. Well, I hope everybody's all right. I mean, these things happen to the best of us, of course.
Yeah, so we have to find out more out about that. So, but Qantas until end of October. But in Europe, the whole thing between the Schengen countries opened up now more. So Austria is allowed to travel between Austria and Germany, and now Greece opened up their borders. But to what an extent did they open them up? So what countries are? This is the famous A and B list again, no? And no list. So this is the three categories at the moment. So there's the A. Which ones are free to travel now and can cross the border into Greece?
Group A are the ones that are free, in theory, to travel into Greece without a designated test. There's just random testing being available. And Group A countries are Austria, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Norway, Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia and Switzerland. It was the Group B countries where they were you were going to be tested willy-nilly whether you were showing symptoms or not. And Group B countries are as follows: Albania, Belgium, France, Italy, North Macedonia, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Sweden and other non-EU countries, such as Australia, New Zealand and Israel, for instance.
Okay.
That was the A and Bs.
A and Bs, but Serbia is not on the A1, is it?
No, Serbia isn't mentioned in any of those
In
lists.
any of those. That's the thing.
That's
so,
interesting.
but we're going to see an influx in tourism, 100%. We're not getting away with that. We should see that now already, and we did. But that's all Greek-related now, because now it's the people who couldn't come over here to Corfu if they have a villa or family here, who were forbidden from travel. They free to travel.
In theory,
they arriving now, and they arriving in the masses, and I could see that just on the road from the ferry port in Lefkimi. They coming. So it's happening. They coming over now from the mainland. Of course, they catch up with family because they couldn't through Easter. So and that's all. That's all catching up now to do, and some coming and get the businesses for the tourism ready. So that's how it is, and we can see that they getting ready. They putting all the restrictions in place.
Yes, they are.
But now at the moment they're working a lot on the beaches.
Yeah.
I saw that one. On the roads they're working heavily, and on the beaches, so they're preparing with the beds. And as soon as they finished, that's when we start acting. That's when we're gonna show you how they prepared for the holiday season here. What's undoubtedly some saying gonna start 1st of July.
It seems that way at the moment, and I'm touching wood as I say that. Just a casual update for everybody who's maybe interested to know. Today is the first day since before the 15th of March that I've actually heard quite a few passenger jets flying overhead. Not necessarily landing on Corfu, I have to say, but just in the skies. And it's noticeable, Thomas, because up to this morning, I've hardly heard any at all. So there's one small indication. Just in case you want to know some figures, the world figures now are currently at 8,331,392 cases.
Whoa.
But in Greece, I'm afraid to say, since I was sitting here this time yesterday, has increased by a factor of 14. So the total number of registered reported cases in Greece are now 3,148, with one extra death in the last 24 hours, making 185 deaths. deaths so far.
So far.
So it's, it was going up by about 20 a day. In the last 24 hours, it's an extra 14.
It's we can't say which way it's going.
We can't.
It can go
No.
both ways now. It could be
Exactly.
stabilizing like it does and just fluctuates up and down
Yeah.
a little bit, very, very, not much noticeable. But it could also go very bad and the other way. So it's
It could indeed. Following on from what we were saying yesterday, we talked about New Zealand, and the Prime Minister there, Jacinda Ardern, was saying that it was an unacceptable failure of the system. Would you believe, Thomas, it turns out that the 2 UK ladies were not tested in the times that they were supposed to have been, and they were allowed to continue their journey to Wellington, where their dying relative was, without any test whatsoever. The New Zealand Prime Minister has said it's an absolute failure, and they've come down hard. She sent in the military, would you believe? So it's both military personnel and resources are going to be used, and all the borders of New Zealand are completely locked down again. So she's not taking any chances.
any
there in
chances
New
at all,
Zealand.
isn't she?
No.
No prisoners either. So it
Absolutely
sounds
not.
like.
And possibly that stems from the news coming out of China. We've mentioned this a few days running now, that the cases are creeping up. Well, there's now 137 new cases after having had 57 days of no new cases. They reckon this is all down to an outbreak in the largest Chinese market near Beijing, which is called Xinfandi. It supplies 80% of Beijing's meat and vegetables, would you believe? There are now 27 local neighbourhoods now in total lockdown. Schools, colleges, sports are all cancelled. Gymnasiums have closed. Swimming pools have all closed. Flights, of course, and railway journeys have all been cancelled until at least the 9th of July. Beijing is now what they call in a virus prevention bubble. No one can leave Beijing if they haven't had a test in the last 7 days, and all people in these neighbourhoods around this market must stay inside their home compound at all times. Testing priority is for everyone lives near to that market.
Yeah, but
and hundreds of thousands of people are being affected.
Millions now, because what I heard today, Beijing is 27 areas of Beijing have been quarantined.
27 neighbourhoods, that's what
Neighbourhoods
they said.
just saying.
Yes.
So
All
that's
because
it.
of
I
this
heard
one market.
One market, what is close
biggest
by
market
again.
in
This is
China.
the same market again we spoke
Yes, it is.
3 months ago.
Yes, but it's also the same one that we spoke about a couple of days ago. So it all seems to be coming from this one place, which kind of reinforces this notion of no large crowd gatherings, social distancing to be maintained, and all big public events not happening. That does seem to have some effect, because if you remove those barriers, look what is happening.
What is happening? That's the thing. Well, here, Jeffrey Baxdale is saying, hope to fly on the 24th of August to Corfu. So that we're gonna see that.
I hope so.
Well,
That would be
that
good.
would be fantastic. I mean, by August it should be alright if nothing isn't happening in between. But you know what? We can be hopeful at the moment. But we had nothing here on Corfu. We were one of the lucky ones.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
We've been
experiencing
very lucky,
that,
yeah.
where people were directly faced with that. Their behavior is probably a little bit different. They're more cautious.
Yes.
You know, it's... But, hey, let me answer the question from Patrick Golding quickly for everybody who just tuned in. And we are, this view you see, this above the village of Neohoraki. And this village is just below of Agirades, southeast of the island of Corfu, more south. So when you drive from Agirades to the fishing village of Petriti, you have to drive through that village, and you're gonna come past this beautiful, fantastic view. And that's always the same what we said. Doesn't matter where you go, what corner you turn.
I was just thinking that, Thomas. Yes, that reminds me of that pizza challenge that we ran consecutively on series of Night Shift live from Corfu, going back over the last couple of years or so. I still challenge anyone to come to this island and within 10 minutes of arrival, by whatever means, not being able to see something that is truly beautiful. And that just goes to prove my point, I would suggest. But of course, you wonderful viewers can always challenge me, and I'm open ears. Let's see what happens.
But
if you do challenge me, I'll buy you a pizza.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that day, man.
Oh, are you? Right, okay.
I know it's never coming, you know, that's the
I don't
frustrating
think so,
thing
no.
in there.
Oh.
But, no, it's fantastic. But for everybody who knows the island a little bit, when you drive from Moretica to Lefkimi, you have to go through the village of Agirades.
You do indeed.
It's a fantastic,
isn't
brilliant
it? Lovely.
up on the hill. What a fantastic church, and the view is unbelievable from there.
Absolutely.
But from this village you can go straight to Lefkimi ferry port, or in the middle of the village there is a turn left to Petriti. And as soon as you take the turn left, it takes maybe 1 minute drive, and you come past this lay-by we are there, and with a couple of tables outside, and it's great to picnic, and that's the view you have straight on.
It's a view
so that's where it is.
Yeah, lovely view, Thomas.
So village of Neohoraki, and it's well worth visiting and driving down. It's fantastic. It's really a lovely little village.
It certainly is. Good one.
But so is everything here on the island is special.
Show me a village or place that isn't lovely. That's the challenge. Mind you, there might be a few odd corners, yes, but, by and large, my goodness, this island boasts spectacular, stunning scenery and beautiful flora and fauna. Plants and animals to you and me, really.
Great. And here, Timmy Baker from Portsmouth is saying, hi guys, hi Claire, and that's beautiful Portsmouth. Also, Lorraine Smith is from Portsmouth. Hello from Pompey. So guys, it's brilliant. Lisa Baghdad is riding, just starting to thunder here again in Ikelles, Derbyshire, man. Ooh, Sander is saying Scott is not here. I thought this is here now when I start reading. Wow, no, come on. But what a great day. Now, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If there's anything you would love to know about the current situation here on this beautiful island of Corfu or Greece, send us a message, comment right now, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com, and we do our utmost best to answer your question. If you think there's something we should know, also don't hesitate. Comment live now while we're on air, and send us here by Facebook or over with an email. But if I forget anything, I apologize now, because I got a lot of comments coming from different sources. But it's brilliant. Please keep it coming.
Absolutely. Thomas, I learned something from our lovely viewer, Lavinia, or Vinny as she likes to be called, and Jay Nichols. This is a thing that you can buy from a pharmacy here on the island in connection with snakes and other nasties, as it were. Something called an aspivenen, which is, would you believe, a venom vacuum pump remover. Available, as I say, widely from pharmacies. It won't save your life, but it does, most importantly, buy you the time to get to the hospital. Here's something that I didn't know, Thomas. Lavinia is saying that Corfu Hospital is the only place on the island with an anti-venom serum. And Vinny says that she wouldn't go anywhere without it. So this is something called aspivenen. That's ASPIVENEN. I must admit, I've never heard of it before. Have you?
No, I haven't heard of it before, but I saw something similar. Let me say, Michaela is saying the sun is out in Leeds. Hi to
great.
Leeds. Great. But for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, we had a problem with a little snake yesterday, so we couldn't, the day before, we couldn't broadcast on Monday, and it got removed. But, it teached us so many things at the same time. Don't get nervous. You see them, most of them here, they are all not venomous. There's only one here, and it's very rare you're gonna come across that one, and that's the nose-horned viper, so they say. But we hooked up with the biologist, and we bring you much more regarding this little fantastic creatures in the future, and make us aware, educate all of us at the same time, so we don't have to be that afraid of it, and we can identify what's out there. So it's got resolved good, and what I know, she didn't got killed, she got released somewhere else. Maybe brilliant. They saw that, but it's a little bit upsetting, where I didn't want it to the fire brigade here. This was all of a sudden, it was arranged, wasn't it?
It was ever so quick.
I can't believe. I just showed him the image and said, what is that? I want to identify what that is. ID that for me. If it's harmless, I don't have a problem. I get rid of it. But just in case it's poisonous, I'm not gonna touch it. So
no.
Then we have. And he looked at the picture without saying, Kriegfreund, onto the telephone, and before we knew what's going on, the fire brigade was here, and they said, okay, we're taking care of that. So what an experience we had there on Monday. So
a lucky one, but an informative one perhaps as well. It's a timely reminder. I think mainly we're seeing more snakes, presumably because there aren't so many people roaming around, quite frankly, than we otherwise might have done. Yes.
Yeah, and that's that's the whole thing. And nature recovered to a complete different point, and that's because of that lockdown. This is the lockdown effect.
It is.
We call it.
Yeah.
We can see that now, really, and you could see that here on the island. The vegetation. I mean, beautiful.
Totally.
It's crazy.
Rejuvenation,
it's really,
I think, has happened, actually. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's one of the signs, That's
one good benefit from this dreadful COVID-19 thing. What I think to say, can I just say a very warm hello to a viewer that we have in Iraq, by the way, in a place called Zako. I hope I pronounced that right. Salam Zakso is watching us. So, hello, Salam. Good to have you on board.
Great. And let me say a quick hello to Julie came. Hi, Julie. She's saying, I know I need to stop saying this, but I should be in Cassiope now.
Oh,
that's,
it's so sad.
It's really sad, and we are all looking so forward to meet you guys and see you over here on this beautiful island, and we hope we can bring you fantastic pictures meantime, so you're not going without it, frankly, because this, I know how you feel when you're away from even, I spoke with our Nico Junior Andriotis. He is in London at the moment. He works in London, Nico Junior.
Yes,
and I said, I wanna travel. And I said, mate, I tell you now, you won't believe me, but you live in paradise.
You did indeed. I was there when you said it.
And he smiled at me. And at the last telephone call I had, he admitted it. He said, you know what, Thomas? It's the one thing you said to me. It's really, I remember so clearly now, and you were right. I miss home, and now I can see. I grown up in paradise. I said,
exactly.
See? And that's what the island is. It's not just for us who are not born here. It's also for the people, for the coffeeots here. There's people, they feel the same. They know they're in paradise, and they know they are privileged to be here, and to live here, to be born here. No,
absolutely.
But they behave like it because they look after the island, they protect the island, and they only have good things in mind for the island. And that's the beauty. But yes, Julie, we can feel with you. Here, Lisa is saying, hi there. Said, is anything said when the UK will be accepted into Greece yet? I mean, it's the same
date
thing.
We had was the 29th of June, I think, wasn't it? That UK and Turkey were excluded from.
Yes,
for the moment.
For the moment, excluded. But on the 29th of June, they gonna reassess that, no?
Yes, in theory.
In theory. So, but this depends on a lot of factors. Nobody of us has any control over, to be honest.
One of which, of course, is the UK government's dithering on the 14-day quarantine for all international arrivals, including British citizens, with the exception of people from the Republic of Ireland, Channel Islands, and the Isle of Man. By that date, that 14-day quarantine period may have vanished. Or, of course, it may have extended. We don't know yet. And as we keep saying, it changes on a daily basis, doesn't it? Would you believe, on another subject, Russia's having a bad one at the moment as well, Thomas. They've shot over 550,000 cases. If you want a private audience with Mr. Putin at his official residence outside Moscow at Novo Ogaryovo, you have to go through a disinfection tunnel, would you believe? Rather sounds like something out of a James Bond film. Dr. No comes to my mind.
He's worried now.
Yes, apparently it sprays a fine cloud of liquid that covers people's clothes and exposed upper body flesh. However, experts are warning that direct aerosol contact with the cornea can cause irritation and irreversible damage to the eye, and skin irritation and permanent damage also. So I don't know whether a decontamination tunnel is exactly the answer, but there you go.
I don't know if that gonna work like they say, but hey, why not? You have to give everything a try these days, and when it's disinfecting,
indeed,
at least you're preventing a massive spread. And I think we spoke that in South Korea. We spoke weeks ago about that. Why did they get this so under control? Why were they so quick? Why were they fighting that virus so successfully? But we found out, you found out.
There were lots of reasons. One reason was that they had a lot of tragic experience before with SARS back in the early noughties, 2003-4, I think. They set up a chain, I think it was 25, of expert private medical clinics designed exclusively against nasty virus pandemics such as COVID-19, would you believe? They also had a mantra, didn't they? Test, trace and treat. That was the thing that got them. They didn't actually go into a full-blown lockdown, but what they did do was massive disinfection and fumigation right across the board. They put in things like hand sanitizers in lifts and in other public accessible places. They really took it seriously very early on. Okay, they still had a lot of cases and quite a few deaths. Off the top of my head, I think it was in the hundreds and not the thousands. That's the fatalities. But in recent times, they've had spikes in cases, haven't they? There was a story a few weeks back about that nightclub. 5 nightclubs this one man went to. 1,500 people were exposed to himself. And I think that created a spike of quite a lot of cases, several hundred, I think. So I think Korea is still battling with it, although nowhere near as bad as they were. And I'm touching wood for our South Korean friends.
Yeah, definitely. And going on to the flights over, I mean, that's, they got that right, but it's already in their culture.
Yes, it was, absolutely.
That's already
because they had this
imprinted.
SARS,
they had the SARS, they had these
MERS
problems.
came along, didn't it? And they've had it others as well. So yes, they are very aware of viruses and pandemics. And I think the country's population all pulled together as well. We certainly didn't see pictures emerging from South Korea of people en masse breaking lockdown restrictions. Not that they had a proper lockdown, but gathering in large gatherings. I think there was a limit, a very small limit on the numbers of people that could be in one place at any one time. But they swear it was all down to not just the 25 special clinics that sprung up across the country, but also the mantra of test, trace and treat. They got their act together with tracing technology very early on. I keep hearing different things about this tracing technology. There was a couple of countries, I can't remember now off the top of my head what they were, that were, this is United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and Kuwait. Yeah. We're using a contact tracing app that's got up everyone's nose, hasn't it? Because all their personal details are stored on a central server with government access, including your personal ID number, which, talk about personal privacy and everything else, completely goes out the window, and obviously has put a lot of people off using that particular contact tracing app. Other countries are using different systems. Britain and France are using a centralised method at the moment. The Apple and Google contact tracing app is on your phone, so that does help calm privacy issues and concerns. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me go over here because there's some good comments coming in. First, I want to say hello to Dimitris Papa Georgiou. He's saying hi from beautiful Athens, Greece. Let's say hello to beautiful Athens from beautiful Corfu. Fantastic. Thanks for writing in, Dimitris.
Steeped in thousands of years of history. Fantastic place.
So, guys, that's really great. John Wright is writing in, just love the view from today's location. Thank you so much. Today's location is just outside the village of Agirades in this Neohoraki. It's just above Neohoraki. So when you go to direction from my Moretica direction, left Kimi, you go through the beautiful village of Agirades. In Agirades, you can turn left straight down to the beautiful fishing village of Petriti. But before that, you're gonna pass this fantastic viewpoint where you can park up and relax and enjoy that beautiful view. And Neohoraki is the village you looking at. In the distance you can see on the left, that's Petriti. All these houses on the side, this is the fishing village of Petriti. And just on the right in the distance, that's Notos. And what fantastic beaches they have. The whole area is beautiful.
It is stunningly beautiful, absolutely. Really quite rural and rustic.
Oh, it is, definitely. But here Christopher Davana makes a good point, because we just were talking about flights, and his point is, until the Foreign Office changes their advice, you will not get travel insurance to travel.
We know that. We've said that before. David Roseman reminded us
it's a big issue still.
How
do they do that now?
You'd have to take a chance, and if you really wanted to fly here by some convoluted means, you'd have to go without travel insurance. I mean, let's be honest, many people do, but equally thousands don't. It depends on your own personal point of view, I guess.
Yeah, man. When I look over now, we spoke about TUI earlier. Yeah, but sorry.
There's another point, though. Of course, by the Foreign Office stating and remaining that advice not to travel unless it's essential, if you run into difficulties or problems, you wouldn't be quite so sure of getting their full backing of support. So I suppose not just travel insurance. I think you've got to think about what would happen if something went wrong. Would they be there to help you? I don't know the short answer, but maybe one should be guided by the Foreign Office advice, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think we should listen to that one, and they gonna advise anyway. But how quick this gonna go, we have no idea. You know, we were talking about the TUI group earlier. That they gonna go in Germany, and so they're gonna start. But here for TUI UK and Ireland, last week they cancelled all beach holidays up to and including July 10th.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Previously, the company has extended the cancellation of its holiday until June 30th. So that date moved now from the June 30th to July the 10th.
And we keep seeing this, don't
and we keep seeing the dates moving. Not
moving
much,
out
but
all
moving
the time.
out
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
So July looks hopeful. Of course, it looks hopeful. But when you look at that now, no, when it's already pushed out, so it's gone from the 29th of June on now to the 15th of July, and you know
what's coming in. Then
exactly
it'll be August,
what's gonna be. Yeah,
then it might be September. Might.
We're gonna for sure see tourism. There's no question. We're gonna have a kind of tourism here. No question. I
there
believe
isn't
so.
a huge uptake, spike in cases, of course, that has to be said. And the Greek Prime Minister did, at the very beginning of the easing of lockdown restrictions, he made it very clear that if he got concerned by a substantial uptake in the number of COVID-19 cases, he would completely review the whole opening up. And, you know, we don't want to say it and reverse any of those decisions. No, let's look on the bright side. Let's be hopeful and positive, hey?
Yeah, no, I think tourism gonna arrive, but from which countries they're arriving, that has to be seen. I mean, Germany is a candidate, Austria is a candidate, Switzerland, Spain, they said they're coming, and then of course the Balkan countries gonna come, Bulgaria, and so they all want their holidays too, and
Absolutely,
they are the first because lots of them are on the A list.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Although we did make the point that Serbia isn't on any list at all.
At all. That's
which
confusing.
Is a bit strange.
So
I think it's a bit strange.
Why is there were so many cars blocking yesterday and today probably the borders of Greece, trying to come into Greece when there is nothing existing? We cannot find anything out.
No. But things are changing on a daily basis, as we keep saying. Once we hear any information, we will surely pass it on to all you good viewers and followers.
Oh, definitely, and we try to make some sense out for you. But now tourism is starting, and how it looks like for the UK, the tourism gonna start between the 1st and 10th of July.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Man, would be brilliant. I got more questions in this. Yes, I tried to find that earlier, because thanks guys for writing in all your messages. If you have anything to say, if you want to say something, please don't hesitate. Comment here now live while we are on air, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com. Here Ian Taylor is saying the businesses are waiting for the British because they know we bring the cash.
That
the
point's been made by many of our viewers, actually, Thomas. Yes, they are quite high spenders when the Brits go on holiday. That is for sure. They certainly support the local economies.
Yes, it definitely does. And thanks for messaging in, guys. I'm getting so much at the moment. Let me see. John Lee Goulidier. I hope I said that right. He's saying hello from Bristol. Hi, John.
Bristol.
Thanks for watching. Christine Graves is saying hi, Steve. Okay, you guys know each other. Brilliant. Anybody booked Corfu for September? And we had a couple of viewers yesterday who said they booked already for September.
Yes, it rings a
bell. So we got the whole. I mean, the whole booking thing now. Price is up. When I look what is we doing, the winter 2021 bookings for the UK are up now already by 6%.
Okay.
With an average selling price, prices up 5%. And this is in the early stage of the booking circle, no?
Right. Okay.
For 2021. But summer 2021 continues to look promising.
That's good.
So much that for the summer is already 2020, 25% of what they let out for next summer is already sold.
Okay, well.
So, and that's the latest from TUI. So as you said, we were speculating around. What do? Do they concentrate now more on next season and say, hey, forget this season, let's get over with that, not stop the speculation because it cost me in the end more money than it brings me, and concentrate all our forces, all our energy to next season. And this is season 2021. What at the same time is a very special year for Greece.
Yes, it is, yes.
So
in terms of their independence.
Independence, exactly. So there's going to be a fantastic year next year. Anyway, if you're not sure and you say, no, I'm not, then at least book your holiday here to the beautiful island of Corfu or the beautiful country of Greece now for next year, for 2021. Don't let you get yourself down, because having that booked already, you have something to look forward to. And that's one of the big excitements before you go on holiday. Book the holiday so next year at least you can come. You have something to look forward to.
Totally agree. Totally right.
So, and here Julie Cam is saying, I have booked for the 29th of August, decided to take the risk. Oh, yes, that's
well
what
done,
we like to hear. Well done, Julie from Edinburgh.
Fantastic, Julie. We really look forward to meeting you in person whenever we can.
So, and Eleni Sergio is saying, Christine Graves, I'm due to come on the 25th of September.
Okay.
So, Christine is saying, I just booked for the 8th of September. So, and John is saying, I've booked for the 2nd of August. Ooh, that's great. So, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's not far away, is
that
it?
brings a smile onto my face.
Good one. Well done, guys. Let's hope the flights can take off and you can have a jolly good, well-deserved holiday, because I'm sure after all the lockdown and all the stresses and strains that you've all suffered, you really need a fantastic break here on this beautiful island, for instance, of Corfu. You couldn't wish for a better island.
No, you can't wish for a better island. No. That's thing people say, why are you so enthusiastic about this island?
Wait till you get here. You'll
wait
know
until you come here, until you experience the whole island with everything it has to give. Oh, it's going to hit you at the same moment. That's the weird thing here, isn't it?
The Polyxenia. This fantastic hospitality that the Corfits do so well. It's almost ingrained in their blood, ingrained in their DNA, to be so hospitable to strangers, for want of a better word. I say it all goes back to Homer, and that story of the Odyssey. More about that another time.
Oh, yeah, because there's something interesting to come for you. Guys, of course, we're gonna now, as the whole summer, the whole thing is progressing, we're gonna change our programming a little bit. But don't worry, we're gonna come as much as we can. Don't panic at all, don't panic at all. We have fantastic things in store for you. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a road trip through paradise. So for all the people who can't come this year but have booked for next year or thinking of booking next year, that's something to look forward. Have a look, enjoy with us together this road trip through paradise, and maybe you get some of your holiday ideas from us. You never know what you can enjoy then here on beautiful Corfu, and I'm so excited because it's getting warmer out.
Right,
man, come on. It's
of course. Every moment here on this island is exciting. Well, it certainly has been now for 4 years and going strong, and I absolutely love this place, but you probably know that already by now, I would say.
Yeah, no, it's especially now because I see this now. Elaine is writing in and saying the first 2 have been already cancelled, and that's always hard when you have this booked already. You got this ticket, you ready, you want, and then you get this cancellation. That's a heavy feeling.
Yes, it is.
That's a heavy feeling what just gets you down, and I get that completely, especially here or anywhere in Greece. It's a beautiful country, it's beautiful people. That's all you can say. But yes, but looking forward again to a fantastic holiday. Come on, there is nothing better than to look forward to.
No, absolutely not, and well deserved after all the suffering that's been going on because of COVID-19. It's ravaged most of the world, hasn't it, really, quite frankly?
It has, and has left a big mark on the whole thing. So it's a huge mark, of course, and now we're trying to get used to the new normal. And this is still a big part. But when you look at news, when you look how some people behave, it looks like nothing ever happened. We just carry on as it is, and that's my only concern. That's what worries me.
I would agree, totally. Yes, it worries me too, Thomas.
So, how should you give advice now? I mean, the only thing we can do at the moment, that's what we're doing because we love this island and we look around and we're going outside constantly to get the latest. They're getting ready. There is no question. Most of them are ready and already open. More and more tavernas are open. Look at Benitez as example. Over a week ago, there were 2 tavernas open. Now there are 6 or 7 already open.
Good one.
And they open more and more. Accommodation is more than enough on this beautiful island. So if you hear a story, they all decide not to open. No, they will never all decide not to open. There's always a capacity available, and how the local municipalities now, the North, Central and South, were working together to establish quarantine zones should something go wrong. It's great. So all the precautions are taken.
Absolutely. And of course, just to remind ourselves of key precautions that you, the wonderful traveller, can take, maintain social distancing. That really is quite important. Don't be put off by all this argument about distancing. 2 metres is a good figure to have in your head, the length of a broom handle, for instance. Plenty of washing of hands at every opportunity, carrying some hand sanitizer around with you at all times, wearing of face masks on public transport, most definitely. You'd have to do that in the air, as we know at the moment, but maybe also in other places. Try and avoid large crowds or crowds of any size, and within shops as well. Shop cautiously. You know, if you see a shop absolutely festooned, packed full of people, I'd go to a smaller local shop if I was you. Certain basic common sense precautions, and they're all designed together to keep as many people safe as possible.
Yeah, and now there's great messages coming in, and one I got, if we can't show the map, I just switch over here quickly. I got the map on, and I can show you quick where we are. When you look at Corfu now, I'm just trying to get that adjusted. Here we are, this is the group, and here you can follow my cursor, and I can zoom in. You have, there's just down south from down. You come to Mesongi, Klamos, Linear, and here I go further down, and here is the beautiful village of Agirades. And when you look at my arrow now, this is the road, and halfway here on this bend, exactly where is, that's the image, that's the video, that's the thing the view you see here at the moment. And in that view you can see, of course, Petriti, Notos, and the beautiful village of Agios Nikolaos. So here we are, I just try, and here we are, Neohoraki. That's where the view is from. And the whole area is littered with it's unbelievable, with fantastic viewing spots, with history, with beautiful beaches, with fantastic tavernas. It's just a mixture here in the south. It's beautiful. The whole island.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it certainly is. But it's nice to see it in context, exactly where we are, Thomas. That's
and that is the map. And now you know exactly where we are. And we're going to make a feature now every time, so you know exactly where we are. And we also put that on the website soon.
Yes, quite. It's always good to know where you are. I spend quite a lot of my time not quite knowing where I am. So it's always good. Here, on the subject of keeping people safe, Thomas, did you hear something most extraordinary? Chinese scientists reckon that another way we can try and catch down the prevalence of catching COVID-19 is a simple task. Every time you go to the toilet, put the lid down before you flush. Yeah. Would you believe that COVID-19, so they reckon, can be spread in the air, as we already know, but from toilets? Yeah. So before you flush, just put the seat down. That will please all the ladies anyway, won't it? Because they usually moan at us men, don't they, eh?
See, that's something we learned at military. For health and safety, where's a toilet, put the seats down. Because when you flush, the bacteria can come up to 6 feet into the air.
Exactly. This is what the Chinese scientists have found. Yeah, so this is a really good point to bang home about. Yeah. Mind you, for myself, I'd like to put the seat down because I'm forever in peril of dropping things. I've dropped a few things down toilets by now, I have to say. So for me, it's a jolly good safety measure. Right? Yeah, there you go.
That's all. But hey, guys, thanks for writing in. Thanks for commenting. Here, Lillian Smith is saying, we are coming to Corfu on the 8th of September. Can't wait. My holiday in June was cancelled, so looking forward to September.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. And we hope that's going to happen,
for sure.
Lillian.
Yes, we
Steve
do.
Bowers is saying, the owner of the house we are renting in Belekas has a party the other day and put all the dancing on Facebook. Got it, we were not there yet.
Still nice of him to do it on Facebook, though, wasn't it? So you can at least join in from your living room in Manchester. At least you're there in spirit, aren't you, Steve? That's a good thing, isn't it?
Thomas, and here, sorry, just one more. Inkan Leiderman is saying, hello from Stockholm. Hopefully I will be there in September this year. So a big hello to you, Inkan. to Stockholm. Great.
Absolutely. Sweden's got a long association.
Love Sweden, man. Yeah.
I've never been. I always wanted to go. But Sweden has a long association in terms of travel and holidaymakers to this island of Corfu, because when mass tourism started way back in the 50s, Melita, our viewer in London, pointed out, it really took off in the 1960s. One of the reasons for that explosion of tourism were these free rail passes and reduced public transport means of getting here and coaches. And a lot of people in lovely Sweden took advantage of that. And I think over the years they built up this wonderful affection of this beautiful island of Corfu. And when you come here and if you know the island, you can soon see why that might be the case. In the United Kingdom, Thomas, as well as the English Premier League kicking off tonight, I do believe, the first match is between Aston Villa and Sheffield United, I do believe. The other thing that's just started in the United Kingdom
you're right,
is Royal Ascot.
Royal Ascot.
Yes, jockeys are going around wearing face masks and all that. It's all behind closed doors, but there are virtual races going on, and there you can all join in these virtual broadcasts where you're encouraged to wear the famous Ascot hats, because as well as, of course, as the racing, Ascot is very famous the world over for these amazing hats people create. Millinery. If millinery is your thing, Royal Ascot is your showground. So there's lots of people apparently watching at home all dressed up for the occasion, which is rather nice to know, isn't it?
Oh, no, definitely. So, but hey, it's going on, and here Richard Zebedee is saying Marcus Rashford for number 10. So a lot of thumbs up are going.
Absolutely.
So it's quite
number 10,
definitely.
Yes, definitely, Richard. We all agree on that one, yes.
He
couldn't do a worse job, could he?
Oh.
That's a question. It's a debate programme. Go on, let me know. Let me have
but
it.
I don't know. Yeah, no, definitely. No, let's go on. and Ellen is saying, haha, my pet hates it when the toilet seat is up. So what pet do you have? A cat or dog? So that would be interesting. Hates it when the toilet seat is up.
There we go. So it's a good tip. Keep that lid down.
So, and if anybody out there is just tuned in, and wondering why we're talking about toilet seats, please don't wonder.
Chinese scientists are worrying about the spread of COVID-19 for when you flush the toilet.
Thanks for saying, I forgot why we started talking about that, but why not?
Chinese scientists, COVID-19 is the reason.
So, and the view on front of you is for Neohoraki.
Fantastic.
And that's a fantastic little village here in the south on the east coast of Corfu, just near the beautiful little village of Agirades. And when you go to the beautiful fishing village of Petriti, you have to go through there. But that is just, it's great. I mean, we are really blessed with all these views.
We're extremely lucky. Everywhere we go, there is a beautiful view somewhere to look at and engage with.
Yeah.
And the sunsets are not bad here either, are they, Thomas?
No, it's
glorious sunsets.
I mean, here Steve is writing in and saying, did you mention that the Greek Prime Minister is visiting Cassiope this week to rubber stamp the new holiday village? Yes, I heard that, but no, they postponed that. He doesn't come.
We knew he was due to come.
He was due to come, and now he should be end of this month. Right. And there is a lot of things going on. We're just talking to a couple of people now regarding this stamping of the holiday village. There are a lot of people are against that project.
Yes. Actually, the Greek Prime Minister has been in Israel with the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, discussing about travel between Israel and Greece, amongst other things. That was a couple of days ago he was there, in Jerusalem, I do believe.
Yeah. So, but no, Mitsotakis is coming end of this month, allegedly.
Okay.
But we keep an eye out and see if we can catch that something, and maybe we can organize anyway something from Cassiope at the same time. That would be funny.
It would
you never know.
Lots of our viewers, wouldn't it? Because we hear a lot of you good people going on about extolling the virtues of beautiful Cassiope.
That's a thing. See, but here, that's Winnie is writing in. Hi, Winnie. I like that one. She says, just to let us know, and that's an interesting fact. I love that. That is, did you know, it cost £15, 15 quid, for a bus from London to Athens. Can you guess what year that was?
I knew it was a few years back, Benny. I'm going to take something out of the thin air. 1969.
Ooh, close. 1971.
Ooh,
you
close,
got that. Thanks.
but
That's okay.
no cigar.
But for £15
That's
with
a
a
good
bus
price.
from London to
Yes,
Athens.
although £15 sounds good now.
And,
but
yeah, and the
go
same for
back
return,
And
you know?
yes,
Yeah.
I mean, in its day, £15 would be a lot to a normal wage earner, to be fair. But, you know, it's manageable. It would have been a manageable figure, I'm sure, for many. Hasn't the world changed, eh?
Yeah, it's a thing. But
Thank you, Vinny, for that wonderful piece of
that's
information.
a great fact. I
Yeah.
love that one.
Keep them coming, Vinny. We love hearing your nuggets of golden information. We like to be educated here at SK, so we can educate all of our wonderful viewers and followers. Mind you, most of our viewers and followers are ending up educating us.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
that's
absolutely
great. That's
Yes,
what
of course
I love on this program. You know,
Absolutely.
we don't know
It's
everything.
the
We never
digital
said we
platform for the world,
yeah.
isn't it? So it's
So
fantastic.
We
And
are no
collabor-
experts,
Do you know,
but we are enthusiasts,
Exactly.
and we have
Oh,
a lot
we're
of passion for
enthusiastic,
what
all
we
right.
do.
Passion, enthusiasm, we have it all, and love. We have bucket loads of it. But hey, here's a good reason for an example. This program, Unlocked SK, and before it, Lockdown SK, I think, Thomas, were great examples of this one word that we keep banging on about: collaboration.
Collaboration, and that's all about collaboration. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's why we're on the island. We want to collaborate with as many people on the island,
We
so
sure
we can
do.
bring you the best views and the best information available about this holiday island of Corfu. And the sun is setting slowly, and I can see it's coming into your face nicely,
I
isn't
don't
it?
mind. Yes, that's all right. Yes, it's been my
It's
face
great,
is
isn't
being
it?
obliterated by the sun. Rah!
And here for our new viewers, that's our broadcast van, that's our streaming shuttle. We're sitting in here and broadcast to the world this beautiful island of Corfu. So it's it's great being mobile, can go anywhere we want and show off this beautiful island. That's exactly in times like this. It's completely needed, isn't it?
It certainly is, yes. Reconnecting everyone with this beautiful island, and that's what we're all here about. And also, it's just lovely when you're suffering hard times. It's just lovely to focus on a more beautiful place than the one that you may be currently in at the moment. And Corfu is certainly that other beautiful place.
Yeah, exactly. And now again, and you know what I'm gonna say
I
now,
do,
because
I'm
the
gonna
hour
go,
is over. That's all we have time for today.
Yes,
So
I
I don't
know.
know. Do you got anything left in you up your sleeve or something? I mean, I know you rolled them up now because it's warm.
Well, I never know what what I'm going to be asked for next. I did promise a Finnish story, but I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. That is an interesting story. But no, I can tell you one bit of good news that is a few days old now, actually, but it's from London. And whilst they were digging up for a new housing estate in Whitechapel, East London, guess what, Thomas? They think they've discovered the original long-lost Red Lion Theatre, which is thought to be the very first theatre of the Elizabethan era. They've uncovered a rectangular timber structure with 144 surviving timbers in really good nick and brickwork as well. It was purpose-built back in 1567 by a John Brain and was the first permanent home for acting troupes, such as the Lord Chamberlain's Men. And it joins other finds recently like the Boar's Head, which was found in Aldgate, and the Curtain and the Theatre, both from 1576, which were found in Shoreditch. The theatre was, they reckon, the theatre that was first used to stage Shakespeare's plays back in the day of the 1590s. But I think that's wonderful because I do remember a few years ago hearing that they were really looking for this lost Red Lion Theatre. Well, now they found it whilst building a housing estate in Whitechapel, would you believe? Well, that's one good thing for sure.
Definitely. Hey, that was a good story. Love that one.
Yes, I'll save the Finnish one
great.
for tomorrow. The Finnish one is all about why is Finland continually so happy? Well, I may have an answer to that tomorrow.
Oh, great. But guys, as I said, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for writing in all your comments. If I forgot anything, I really apologize and try to put them in tomorrow. I'm also having a look through the emails to see if I haven't missed anything there. But thank you so much for taking part. Thank you so much for watching. And have a fantastic afternoon. Enjoy the sun. Hopefully, if you have some, we for sure do now. And we send you all lots of love and happiness your way from lovely Corfu. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Kalinichta from me.
Absolutely. And as always, thank you very much indeed for sharing your time with us. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. Stay safe and keep well, of course. And as always, a very good afternoon to you all.